We're really excited because this is going to be, Build Genius is an amazing platform. We have people all over the US that are currently using it, but I see we have a lot of international individuals on the line as well. So we have a treat for you guys because we're also going to share with you all how you're able to benefit from this platform as well. So what we're going to do now, I guess, is introduce ourselves and kind of roll right on into this. So Mick, go ahead, take it away.
Okay, great. Mick Brown here. I'm a Sapphire ambassador with iBuumerang, and I've been with this company for around 14 months now. But prior to that, real estate professional of over 16 years. I've always had an additional income stream. Loved the industry. I was walking away from it though. I just got disheartened with the whole industry itself until this company fell into my lap. So alongside my partner in crime, Darlene Garcia, we just planted our flag and we jumped right on in, and we're so glad that we did. There's some phenomenal things happening, but today we're going to be talking about Build Genius. So I want to turn it over to Tawana to share her story, and then to Marika. Let's hear their story a little bit.
All right. Well, again, I'm Emerald Ambassador Tawana Houston. I've been in this industry going on 7 years. As it relates to Build Genius, I do want to kind of briefly share my success with that as on a personal level. I've saved quite a bit of money just uploading my own bills. My team has found great success in doing it as well. This is actually a vertical that everyone falls in love with because it's everybody has to pay bills, right? Nobody wants to pay full price for it. But I love this industry. I love the products and services that we offer. But today is all about Build Genius. So we don't want to take away from that. So Miss Marika, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you. Marika Gardner here from Montreal, Sapphire Ambassador as well. I am super excited to talk about Build Genius today because literally when this service launched, I was like, I'm ready to sign up all over again. Prior to iBuumerang, had been in network marketing for almost 5 years, and I had never made any money. I had probably spent way more than I'd made. And so the opportunity to earn from giving away something that allowed people to save, when Mr. and Mrs. Bugs launched this company, I was like, I can do that. I can make money with that. And we turned a profit and have been growing since. And then Build Genius came along and gave us another way to save people money and make money doing so. And so I was like, this is a gift. I haven't been able to use the service myself personally because I'm up in Canada, but I have lots of customers, very happy with it. And my team saved, I think, around $10,000 when Build Genius launched. So super fired up to share what we've been doing with Build Genius.
So where are you located, Dr. Gardner?
I'm in Montreal.
Okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
And where are you located?
I'm in Guam right now, but originally Canada, before that the UK, so we don't have Build Genius either, but it's not even about adding Build Genius. Everybody knows people in the US, which is beautiful.
That's right. That's what I absolutely love about this. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share our slides really quick. Let's see here. All right, there we go. Can you guys see the slides okay?
Excellent. Yes, very clear indeed. So let's talk about Bill for a little while here. Build Genius, that is. Check out these success stories and facts. The Build Genius platform has saved customers over $7 million, and there's no cost to getting started. 7 million and growing, guys. And since September 2020, the Build Genius platform has saved iBuumerang customers and TSAs. Actually, this number is out now. It's close to 600,000. Again, incredible. And did you know that Americans are overpaying their bills by over $60 billion? That is crazy. 9 out of 10 of you out there right now are overpaying. So we want to change that in a big, big way. And that's where Build Genius comes in.
Can I share my story really quick as it relates to this part?
Good. Yeah.
I'm definitely one of those people that were overpaying, but most importantly, I was one of those individuals that thought that they were the perfect negotiator. I would call my companies maybe every 3 months, anytime a promo came out, because I was jealous that a new person could get with the company and then get a better deal than me. But surprisingly, Bill Genius saved me. The first bill I uploaded was almost $800 within 6 months time frame. So that made me a believer in all of this. And then what Dr. Gardner stated, about 10,000 in savings for her team. So, you know, being a product of the product and it's really important. And that's the first part that we're going to talk about. And can we go ahead and roll into the video before we talk about product of the product? Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, so we're going to play a video really quick. The first thing that we're going to talk about is being a product of the product, but we want to share a video of someone within the organization that did just that. So one moment.
Take a look at these emails I printed out for my own personal use. I have saved $1,153 on my AT&T bill. I have also received a $30 loyalty credit on my T-Mobile account. Again, Bill Genius, give it a try. It's simple, easy, and effective. Bye for now.
Difficulties here,
Hi, my name is Gary here in Houston, Texas. Wanted to share my Bill Genius experience. I decided to upload 2 of my household bills. Bill Genius went to work for me. Then I got an email saying I had saved $600 on those 2 bills. So I decided to see what Bill Genius could do for me on my business side, and I uploaded 3 bills from there. Bill Genius went to work again, and Bill Genius sent me an email saying that I had saved additional $4,750 on those 3 bills that I uploaded.
I love that. I'm not sure if you guys caught that, but he actually had a personal bill and he's a business owner, so he uploaded his business bills as well. So what we're going to talk about now is being a product of the product. That's one of the first things that you want to do. This is a service that whether or not you're in the US or not, there's a way for you to be a product of the product. So let's go right into it. The first thing that you want to do is do it yourself. Go ahead and upload at least 3 or more bills. If you're someone that's outside of the US, what I tell people to do is we all know someone in the organization that's located within the US. Get with that person, meet them on Zoom, watch the entire process. I don't mean on a customer level, I mean on a TSA to TSA level, because they're really going to take the time. You can ask questions and you can feel like you are truly a part of the process. So whether you are inside the USA or not, you can become a product of product, so you know exactly what you're doing and you're better equipped to help your customers. The next thing that you want to do is make sure you're monitoring the process. This is huge. Most people just upload their bills, but they never read the emails that come from Bill Genius. You don't engage with the negotiator when they message you back, and you don't really pay attention to what you actually did to get that end result. So it's important that you monitor that process. You're going to get a welcome email as soon as you upload your bills. You're going to get an email from Bill Genius that lets you know that they're assigning a negotiator. You're going to get an email from the negotiator themselves. You're going to get an email as they're working on a process. There's so many emails that you receive that if you just take the time to read the emails, I guarantee you 99.99% of the questions that we ask regarding Bill Genius will be answered. So becoming a product of the product is not only uploading your bills, but it's actually paying attention to that process so that you're better equipped to help your customers. Lastly, once you go through those 3 phases, those 2 phases, you're going to package that story so that you can share it. Because guess what? You now are a product, whether you got on Zoom and watched another business partner upload it or whether you did it yourself. You now have a story. You can share what your experience was like. How much did you actually save? And what was customer services like? The first thing I did when I got an email from the negotiator, I wanted to make sure they were real. I responded back, hello, how are you doing? Thank you so much for your time. And they respond right back. It's a real person on the other end. So the best way to get your questions answered and to learn the process is to become a part of the process, not just upload those bills, but please read those emails. I've never seen customer service like Bill Genius in my life. For them to have such a quick turnaround and still keep you engaged and plugged in the entire time is amazing. So become a product of the product, do it yourself, monitor the process so that you have a story that you can share with others. So once you do that, now it's time to transition into sharing this with other people. So what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to pass it over to Dr. Gardner so she can share with you tips on how she is able to find and expose her prospects to the business. All righty, one moment here. All right, Dr. Gardner, take it away.
Awesome. Do we have a video first, or I'm just jumping right in?
We have a video for you. You ready to play it?
Go right ahead.
All right.
Hey, iBuumerang, Ricky Gardner here, Sapphire Ambassador from Montreal. I wanted to share with you all my favorite customer testimonial for Bill Genius so far. It's my customer, Allison. She's obviously down in the US, and she is diligent about calling up her bill providers and negotiating the best possible rates. She and her husband also qualify for military discounts. So she didn't actually think she was going to save anything with Bill Genius, but she was willing to give it a try. She uploaded 2 bills at the end of September. She saved $20 in a loyalty credit on one of the bills. She saved $765 over 24 months on the second bill. She was blown away and really impressed by the quality of the service. Fast forward to December 23rd, I get a text from her, very excited, telling me, oh my goodness, Bill Genius is the gift that keeps on giving. They just saved me another $485 over the next 24 months. I didn't lift a finger, she didn't lift a finger. That was the PRIB. Boom.
Awesome. I smile every time I see that because I'm still excited for my customer, Allison. I love that story. So thank you so much, Tawana, for walking us through that initial process, and so important for all TSAs and anyone who's on right now who's a TSA who hasn't uploaded their bills yet. You are in for a special treat because Tawana's coming back at the end of the call and she's going to walk you through step by step exactly how to do it. So grab your bills, grab that, that screenshot, and get ready to upload your bills at the end. So I'm excited to be sharing this section in particular because I get to speak a little bit first to things that we have to kind of work our way through. We get in our head sometime with network marketing, and I'm going to help bust a few myths, and then we're going to talk through how you can find and expose prospects. So first things first, Bill Genius is a service that's available in the US. But it does not mean if you are international that you can't have a business with Bill Genius, right? Yes or yes? I'm up in Canada. I have lots of customers down in the US who I've never met before. I've met through social media that are taking full advantage of Bill Genius. And I want to encourage everyone who's international to really get over that mindset block and start building with this amazing service. The other thing I want to speak to quickly is to make sure that even though the service is free, you want to make sure you treat it with the value that it has. Sometimes we just think like it's free and we treat it like it's cheap and we don't explain the value to people. And then we're surprised when they don't want it. You've got to understand, if you could go and save someone $500 to maybe $1,000 on their bills, that could be the difference between someone going on their first vacation in 5 years, a child getting access to ballet lessons or hockey camp or something. So make sure that you are keeping the value in mind. And especially if you're nervous, like I was for so long, to talk to people, get your ego in the back seat and go help people with this amazing service. Speaking of helping, I can't see on Facebook right now, but if anyone is dropping stars, Thank you so much. If anyone hasn't dropped stars yet, now is your cue. We want to make sure we're feeding as many kids as possible with this call. So next up, social media. And I know some of you see that and you're like, but I'm not really on social media. I don't know what to do. Listen, I feel you. I am like the most introverted person on the planet. I was not on social media before network marketing because I only had 2 friends. So it didn't even make sense for me to be there. But I realized I can do this from home and there are tons of people on social media. So it's worth learning. And as my amazing diamond upline, Mr. Bean says, your comfort zone is your broke zone. So social media is a great place to share information about the products and services that we have. It's also a great place to find people who might be interested in what we have. So social media, there's so many platforms. I'm not going to tell you there's one that's better than the other. I have built up a customer base and a business base on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok lately. We've been blowing it up on TikTok, right? And listen, if you don't know where to start, I'm telling you, there's everyone from babies to baby boomers to great-great-grandparents like rocking it on TikTok. So you just go on there and you start sharing stories. I love sharing customer testimonials. You don't even need to have your own, right? Our marketing team is incredible and they have put on the official Build Genius page lots of stories. You can literally just go to their Instagram and click the little arrow button and share it to your stories and you're sharing, right? I always say, I love our best friend Bill just saved our customer. It doesn't have to be your personal customer, right? We're an iBuumerang family. We're all growing this company to a $50 billion company. Our customer saved $800. So happy for her. And then people are seeing that and they're like, how did she save? Can I save? So you're going to pique curiosity that way. And then you can also use social media to find people. You can find small businesses that are located in the US. You can go on LinkedIn and you can see where people live and you can just reach out, start a conversation, do a little form action and find a way, like, is there a need? Could you help someone with this service? And who would not love to save money on bills, right? Next up, your existing customers. This is just like low-hanging fruit, right? These are people who already know you and trust you. These are people who already know and trust iBuumerang. They're already saving money on travel. Go back to them and let them know that you can help them save even more money. And then they'll have more money for their next trip. So like win-win. Your hot market. Now, often in network marketing, your hot market is like your not so hot market, right? Sometimes the people that are closest to you, they're always the ones who wanted you to give them everything for free when you were selling products. Well, you know what? You should now absolutely be going back to your mom, your sister, your cousin, your colleagues, those best friends who maybe, weren't into buying products before. You're coming back to them and you're saying, listen, I have got something for you, right? Make sure you help them upload their bills and save money. And then what happens when people are happy customers? They want to give you referrals, right? Of course, whenever you help a customer save, you want to be asking them for a referral, right? But I have had customers come back to me and say, hey, that thing you shared with me, could I have another code for my sister, my brother-in-law, people at my church, right? Those are customers coming to us asking for more of what we have. But don't be lazy. Don't wait for that. Make sure you go out there and you ask for the referrals. And you know who else we ask for referrals from? Everybody. We ask for referrals from people who say no to the business, for people who say no to the services or the products that we have. They don't want to keep saying no. They don't want to reject you forever. They're going to throw you a bone and they will give you the name of somebody in their network, and that can become a future customer. Lastly, be strategic, right? Think about the people, the professionals who already have a network of people and are respected for, working around finances, loan officers, tax professionals, real estate agents. They have a big network of people who trust them. They could be leveraging this service that we have and helping all sorts of people in their network to save money. So make sure you're approaching those businesses, not just from a customer perspective, but also from a business perspective. So that is a quick tour of how you can find people, how you can share the amazing service that we have. But that's not enough. We can't stop there, right? So Mick, why don't you tell us, how do you seal the deal with BillGenius?
Awesome. I look forward to it. So we heard from Tawana, talked about being a product of the product, and Dr. Marika, how to find and expose prospects. And let's face it, guys, I mean, we're giving away something for free. How cool is that? I mean, everyone is a prospect. Everyone wants to save money. You know, I've never heard anyone say, hey, I love paying too much for my monthly bills. You know, so let's seal the deal. All right, can you roll my slides? First of all, let's play the video.
Hey everybody, this is Raleigh McKee at Galloway Downs Grand Prix show today, and they asked me to do a quick video on BillGenius. Well, BillGenius was introduced to me by Carolyn Johnson, and she said, why don't you give it a try? And I took a look, said, this is interesting. So I went ahead and activated my code, loaded up 5 of my monthly bills, and in about 20 minutes or so I was done with an 8-minute video, uploaded my bills, and very shortly in time I ended up, I gotta read this right, I say $403 in a half hour's work. $403. I negotiate my bills all the time. I didn't think they would save me a nickel. And $403 later, I'm a happy guy. So if you get a chance, take a look at it. It's nice cash to have in your pocket. Enjoy, and thank you.
There we have another happy customer.
I just love that video.
Yeah, I mean, and the nice thing about this guy, similar to you, Tawana, is that he thought that he was checking his bills every single month. He thought he had the best deal. And I talk about a lot of people the same way. They think, I've got the best deal. There's no way you can save us money. Then BillGenius goes to work. They negotiate a better deal. I mean, that's what we're doing all over the US, guys. So I just love that. So it's time to seal the deal. And there's a variety of ways here. Someone's asking, Mick, where are you from? I know I've got a funny accent. I'm from all over the place. Born and raised in the UK, lived in Canada for 30 years now. I'm on Guam with my partner. So back to business. One way is live group presentations. Get a bunch of people together. These days it's going to be on Zoom. You know, get a bunch of people who are interested in saving money. You know, and everyone's interested in saving money, whether it be a past customer. You know, let them know what we're up to, that we can save them even more money. Let the ambassadors know on your team, hey, we're going to have a live group presentation. Then everyone just walks through step by step and just uploads their bills. Remember, guys, it's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. You know, all you have to do is take a snapshot of that bill, upload it, and let BillGenius go to work. If they can't save you money, you've got nothing to lose. It's as simple as that. Another way to seal the deal is with recorded presentations. Now, these are really neat. You can record a presentation yourself. Make sure it's not too long. You know, these days, the attention span of everyone is very minuscule, so make sure it's not too long. I use one actually by Diamond Ambassador, Mr. David Hunt. He's got a 9-minute recorded presentation on BillGenius, and I think that's fantastic. So feel free to use that one. I'm sure Mr. Hunt doesn't mind. And yes, he is a legend. So yeah, guys, recorded presentations are very good. Make sure you've got the pertinent information in there, and send that to your potential customer. Another way is one-on-one walkthroughs. I've done this before in the past, whether it be on Zoom or in person. Just walk them through what we have, the offerings, you know, the testimonials, the data. Let them know what's going on and let them choose themselves. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a process. A lot of people are wary in anything in life these days. So it's just a matter of just sharing with them and letting them decide. One other thing that I've been doing on this bullet point is I actually formed a group, and wherein potential prospects can actually go to the group, and there's information in there. There's video testimonials, there's data, there's copies of emails from Build Genius, wherein many customers and ambassadors alike have saved a ton of money on their monthly bills. But prepare your prospect for success. Make sure that they have their documents ready. Make sure they've scanned their documents. Make sure they've took a photograph, and also make sure they've got their credit card ready. Tawana's going to talk a little bit more about the credit card piece later on, but you need to prepare them for success, guys. Let them be ready. And once they're happy with what they're receiving, ask for a text or a video review. Trust me, when someone's saving money, that is the most opportune time to give them a call and say, hey, I'd love you to do a quick video for me, a testimonial, so that I can share this with other people. I want other people to experience the savings that Build Genius can offer. And they'll be happy to do so. Make sure it's not too long though. No one wants a 10-15 minute testimonial. Again, as I mentioned a little while ago, you know, our attention spans are very small, and they're getting smaller day by day, especially with all this technology. So try and keep it under 1 minute. All right. And another way is to request a screenshot of the savings. They'll be happy to give you that. So if they don't give you a video review or a text review, ask for a screenshot. And in fact, ask for that screenshot anyway. You can't have enough testimonials, proof of savings, so that we can get everyone in the US on this Build Genius journey, saving money. All right, and that's my piece on Seal the Deal. Next up, I'm going to bring up Emerald Ambassador Ms. Tawana Houston to actually walk you through the steps on actually uploading bills and going through the process. There we go. Take it away, Tawana Houston.
All right. Can y'all hear me okay? We're good? All righty.
Yes, indeed.
So for starters, I do want to thank everyone for the stars. I've been monitoring Facebook. Just keep them coming, keep them coming. If you liked everything that you've heard so far, if you've gained some value from this, let's go ahead and support the kids and load up the stars. Now, what we're going to do now is load up our bills, upload our bills. So for those of you that brought bills with you, or you want a better understanding of how to do it, I'm going to actually walk you through the process now. Okay, it's very simple. But again, remember what I covered at the beginning. Although we're going to upload our bills, and that's a 3-minute process, you want to make sure that as a business owner that you're monitoring the process so you're better able to serve your customers. So let's go ahead and get started. So what we're going to do is a live walkthrough of how to lower your bills with Build Genius. Now, before we go into that, here's a quote from Mr. Holton Buggs himself. It says, right now, the average Build Genius customer saves $1,000 or more by uploading 3 or more bills. We can't wait for you to try this out. Now, question. If you know that it takes at least up to 3 bills to save $1,000 or more, how many bills do you want to upload? Let me know in the chat. How many bills do you want to upload? Now, I saved $785 within a 6-month span on 1 bill. So if here we're telling you 1,000 or more, just go ahead and upload those bills. This is a very modest example here. You can save a whole lot more by simply uploading those bills. All righty. So are you guys ready to save some money? These are some of the providers, just some of the services here. If you recognize a company that's on here, go ahead and type them in the chat. There's so many other companies listed, but really focus on this and think about those bills that you have. What helped me, because when I first started uploading bills, I told myself, I don't have any qualifying bills. I went and pulled up my bank account and looked at what comes out of my account on a monthly basis. And I had a lot more bills than I realized I did. So sometimes you just got to check those emails, check your bank account, because there are some things that you're paying monthly that may not click until you actually go look. But here's an example of some of them. Now, this is a 3-step process. The first thing you're going to do is upload your bills, which you can do in 3 minutes or less. Bill Genius does all the work for you, and you don't pay anything unless you save. At the bottom here is just some examples of the savings. You had Kristen, who's located in Texas, who has saved almost $1,000 on 3 bills. You have John in New York, almost $1,800 on 2 bills. And you have Wendy in Maryland, almost $1,400 on 3 bills. Now, what I want you guys to do right now, hopefully you're already prepared and you have your bills, but if not, I want you to get your bills ready. Simply take a snapshot, scan it, upload it. Some of you that are old school, you may have mail still coming to your house. Go ahead and take a picture of that. That's how simple this is. Just get a nice copy of your bill and make sure that you have every page, okay? Have every page of that bill. Have a payment method available. Although there is no upfront charge, you want to make sure that you have that card available. And at the end, we're going to go over frequently asked questions, and I'm going to really answer that for you so you have an understanding of why you must have that credit card on file. The more, the better. 3 or more bills will get you the biggest savings. The average customer saves, as we stated before, about $1,000 or more by simply uploading 3 bills. Now, step 1. For those of you that are guests, you would have received a special code. I want to make sure I share that first. You'll get a special code from the person that invited you. Now, keep in mind, this is not a public service where you can go on the internet and do it yourself. It's a special invitation only. So if you love what you heard so far, make sure that you reach out to that person and get that code. Once you enter that code, you're going to get to the process where you're going to key this information in. You want to put in a valid email address. You want to let Bill Genius know whether this is a home or business bill, and you want to enter your location of where that bill is. Okay, that's really important. If you live in Florida, but you have real estate properties and you're uploading a bill from Georgia, make sure that you're choosing Georgia as the location and then click continue. The second step, you're going to select the product and services here. So if you're uploading a cable bundle, then you're just going to hit select. If it's more than one cable bundle, then you're going to select it twice. Maybe it's a phone, maybe it's security, whatever product or service it is, just select it here. If it's one that's not on the list, at the bottom, you will see other. Okay, so you can select other. What's going to happen next? It's going to go into this shopping cart and you're going to proceed to checkout like you see here. So to the far left, it's going to say you're all set. Bill Genius, bill negotiation. Make sure that you review all of that. You'll notice that the cart will always say 0. I don't care if you upload 10 bills. It's always going to say 0 because this is a free service on the front end. Bill Genius is going to go to work for you on your behalf and not charge you 1 red cent up front. That's why I absolutely love this service, you guys, because you know for a fact they're going to do what's required because they only get paid if they help you save. So what we're going to do now is, throughout this process of building up a customer base and being a product of a product ourselves, there are some frequently asked questions that many of our team members as well as customers always ask. So that's what we're going to cover now.
Tawana, why do I need a credit card for a free service?
So he said, get right to it. Okay. So the credit card, this one is the most popular question that we get. If this service is free, why do I need a credit card? What I want you guys to understand first, as I stated earlier, is that although it's a free service, they're negotiating on your behalf for free. I want you guys to think about some of the things that you do in your life today where you have to put a credit card on file or you have to pay something in advance, right? If you're purchasing a home, what do you have to do before you purchase that home? Right? You end up putting some type of earnest money in. If you want an attorney to pursue something on your behalf, you pay a retainer fee. If there's a service that you want to purchase and it has a trial, they don't give you the trial without you putting a card on file. So what happens is Bill Genius goes to work for you. They're going to negotiate, call those companies on your behalf. But if they're able to save you money, you're going to split the savings with them. So let me give you an example. Let's say Bill Genius saved you $50 per month. They're going to process your credit card for $25 a month. So what I love about this process is that you don't have to try to find the money to pay for Bill Genius. They're creating the income that you need to be able to afford their services. So you simply split it with them, which is completely fair because you would be paying full price anyway. So I just want you to put yourself in this position and know that this company is going to work for you for absolutely free. So you can sleep good at night knowing that they're not playing around. You need to be worried about the ones where you pay full price on the front end because once they have their money, they're not going to do as much on the back end. So I love the fact that they do everything up front. I know that's a long answer, but I just want you guys to really understand that.
I love that explanation. I'm stealing that. I hope everyone is taking notes, right? Tawana is the queen of answering all these questions, which is why Mick and I, our job is to read them and then she's giving us all the details. So make sure you're taking notes. But if you have any questions that you don't see up here on the screen, make sure you're typing them in the chat. We are going to go through the chat and make sure we answer everybody's questions today so that we are all Bill Genius rock stars. So.
Yes, and
Tawana.
If I can
Sorry,
add,
Mick, did you say?
Yeah, sorry, Marika, for interrupting you. If I can add too, if you put your questions in the Q&A portion, it would be a lot easier, especially on the Zoom. We've got a few questions in there already. We'll get to them afterwards. But if you have any more, just throw them in the Q&A section of the Zoom. Okay, sorry about that, Marika.
Thank you. All right, so Tawana, what if the bill is in someone else's name? What do we do?
There's two ways to handle this one. I'm going to share my personal testimony, my situation that I had, and then I'm going to give you another way to do it. So you could simply give them two codes. So it could be a situation where you have two people in the household, same address situation, but some pay certain bills. They pay different bills. So you can just give away two separate codes and allow them to upload their own bills on their own. Another way you can do it, I ran into my own situation with my daughter. My daughter pays the cable bill in the house. So the cable bill was in her name. Of course, when I went through the process of uploading my bills, I uploaded that one. Bill Genius simply responded back and said, I noticed that this bill is in another name. Said, we just need authorization. That was it. So all I did was reply to the email, CC'd my daughter, and my daughter responded with the information that they needed. She authorized it, and that was it. So that's two ways you can handle it. Communicate with the negotiator, like we talked about at the beginning, engage with the negotiator, and then they will get the approval they need and you're fine. Or the easiest way is just give them two separate codes. That's the simplest way.
Awesome. You're the Bill Genius queen for sure. What if my payment doesn't go through? Okay.
So, and again, you guys, the reason why I know these answers is because of my experience with all of this. I had a situation where, and I'm gonna give you the long answer. I had a situation where I went to a local store. Someone stole my credit card. So I had to cancel the card and order another one. Well, I forgot about a lot of the bills that were coming off of that. So I got a message from Bill Genius, your card didn't go through. Your card. So I'm freaking out like, oh my God, no, I forgot to change it. Don't worry yourself. If the payment doesn't go through, they're going to notify you. They're going to give you an opportunity to upload a new card. Guess what I did? I messaged them back and I said, I'm curious to know, if I wouldn't have responded to this email, how many would you have sent before you would have ended my service and I would have went back to paying full price? Just so I would know for my customers. 3 times. They're going to send 2 nice emails, and then the last one is the one that will let you know that if you don't reply back, then they're going to end the negotiations, and they will end it with that company, and your rate will go back up. So, but they are in such great communication with you. None of you should have that issue. I just took it another level and asked the question myself. So just make sure that your payment goes through. They're not going to do that work. You signed a contract. So you will go back to paying full price if you do not pay the 50% in savings.
All right. Awesome. So this is great. This is a question that comes up a lot, and people are sometimes confused around, are they switching providers? Do they still keep their same provider? Are they paying Bill Genius? Who are they paying? So why don't you just break that down for us and tell us, okay, 1, is there any switching that's happening? And then 2, does someone pay Bill Genius and their company? Is it an and or? What's going on there?
So no switching. So Bill Genius is negotiating with the same company that you have. And that's really important to know, because there are a lot of companies out there where they'll say, hey, if you switch to this company, you could pay less. Bill Genius is going to reach out to your exact company, and they're going to negotiate that monthly bill that you're paying. Your terms will remain the same unless you hit that little checkbox. Because as you're uploading your bills, there's this question is going to ask you, are you giving Bill Genius authorization to change the terms, which means that maybe they can extend the plan that you have and get you a better deal. If you're open to them changing the contract and terms that you have with that company, then go ahead and check that box. If you don't want them to, you just don't check it, and they'll negotiate. They'll leave your contract the same. The terms will be the same, and so on. So no, they will not switch your providers, nor will they touch the terms or your contract unless you give them permission to do so. As it relates to how you pay Bill Genius half of the savings directly to them, but your actual bill, you're going to see the full reduction. So I'm going to give you another example. Bill Genius saves you $50 per month, but you're paying this company $100 a month. You're going to notice that your bill is going to drop $50 a month. So you're paying that company $50 every single month. So you're going to see the full reduction there. But on your credit card, your debit card, however you're making that payment to Bill Genius, you're going to see that you're paying $25 a month. So the full savings you'll see on your bill, but you're paying Bill Genius separately, right? So it's not a situation where you're paying your bill now through Bill Genius. You're paying the same company, but you're also making sure Bill Genius is whole by paying them half of the savings every month.
Brilliant. All right. Another question we have here for you, Tawana. Do I have to upload all my bills at the same time?
You don't, but I would suggest that you do. We all have busy lives. And so if you have the time to upload one, then you have the time to upload all. So when you prepare for this service, let's say you get that special code from someone, or your TSA that just goes in your back office and do it, go ahead and think about all the bills that you have and go ahead and upload them at that time while it's fresh on your mind. But you don't have to, but you do need to upload at least one. So when you get that special code, at least have one bill ready to upload at that moment. You're going to get a username and password so you can go back and upload the rest. But when possible, go ahead and just knock it all out at one time.
Yeah,
Awesome.
And it makes a lot of sense too. Let's face it. I mean, if you're going to do one bill, why wouldn't you do them all?
Cool. Lastly,
go
ahead. We have, what happens if I switch providers? Do I still have to pay Bill Genius?
Now listen to this one. This is my story as well. So I had Comcast, you guys. So I had Comcast Xfinity, and then I ended up switching to AT&T. So what happened was Bill Genius, I just sent them a message and I said, I'm switching service providers because I moved to another area and they just didn't have that company there in that area. So they said, just show proof that you've canceled with that company. And that's all I did. So I was paying them X amount of dollars every single month, which was half of the savings. I just needed to email proof that I was no longer with the company. They processed the last payment. And then guess what I did? I uploaded my new bill for my new company and they negotiated that one. So if you have to switch providers, you're not stuck with paying all of that up front, with all of, continuing to pay them the entire term. Just cancel it and then upload your new one. And that's
Love it. I'm learning. This is why we have these trainings. So that's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great. So shall we go to the audience? We've got a lot of raised hands. Should we do the question and answers in the Zoom first, and then let's go to the ones that we have from Facebook?
Okay. We can bring the slides down now. Okay.
Okay. All right. I can, let's look at the first one. How do we share the videos from iBuumerang's Instagram to our Instagram? Well,
I'm all over this.
Go for it. Yeah.
And honestly, my mom taught me how to use Instagram. Like, if I can do this, anybody can use social media. So you have a couple of different ways that you can share posts. And honestly, the easiest way is to Google it. How do I share a post on Instagram? Okay, you'll find everything on Google, but simple. If you go on to official Bill Genius's Instagram page or any of the iBoomerang Instagram pages, at the bottom of the picture, there's a little arrow. Like, there's the heart where everyone should be hitting anyway, right? And supporting our company. You can leave a comment, or there's a little arrow. You can hit the arrow, and that's going to share the post to your stories, okay? And if you know what a story is, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, Google it. The other thing you can do, I mean, if you want to share the actual post, it's a bit more complicated. Honestly, I would be sharing the stories, but if you want to share the post, you can click on the 3 dots at the top right of the post, and it gives you the option to copy the link. And then you need to use a reposting app. And then you can post it directly onto your Instagram feed, and you can copy the text. So it's going to give credit to iBoomerang for the post, but you get the beautiful marketing work. So it's a win-win either way. Either is a great option.
Awesome.
Love it, love it.
All right, we have another one here from Nina Lee of Louisiana. Since there is a FAQ with Bill Genius, will there be a resource with answers posted somewhere for customers to read the FAQ section?
What was the first part of the question? Will there be this FAQ that we did, or are they saying?
Yeah, a resource. Will there be a resource for FAQs? And my guess is that would be on the official website. I'm sure there is an FAQ section there. Anyone else want to chime in?
Well, and I think we are the resource, right? Like with any, we are the conduit between the service and the consumer. And so this is why we're doing this training, is so that we know these answers to give to our customers when they're asking us, so that we're equipped.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And there are a lot of resources on the Bill Genius website as well that will answer.
Yeah.
Questions.
Next one. What is my commission for the clients I have?
So we had a great training on all of this. Tigray broke it down in terms of how the commissions work. I think for today's training, it's better to just focus on how do we build our customer base? How do we share it more than on the business side? I don't want to misquote Mr. Gray, so I'm going to refer back to that training.
Yeah, I totally agree. And the thing is, it all depends. There's so many different variables as well. So I think you want to go to your sponsor with that question. Next one is another commission question, so we'll leave that one. Again, yeah, the next few are all commission based, so we don't need to go into those.
Perfect.
Let me I know there's a few in the Zoom chat, then we can go to the...
Well, while you're looking for those, Mick, I can read the ones that have come through on Facebook.
Perfect.
We've got Miss Shirley Xavier helping out in the background. She's giving us the other questions. So here I have only 2 bills. Can I still use Bill Genius?
You surely can. So you can upload one bill and still use Bill Genius. It's recommended that you upload at least 3 so you can see the biggest savings. But absolutely, if you only have 2, then just upload 2.
Boom. Another question coming in. Will this presentation happen every Wednesday?
Well, every Wednesday, there will be a product training. It may not be specifically to Bill Genius, but it will be a product or service that the company offers that will be highlighted on Wednesday at the same time.
Awesome. And there's one here on Zoom. Actually, this is from someone on my team. Can I send Bill Genius a cell phone bill? Of course you can. I'm only joking. That's from Margaret. She's actually on my team. Yes, Margaret, send anything. Guys, if you're not sure whether we can actually negotiate on a bill, just send them in. What happens is that Bill Genius is going to get back to you and say, hey, we're not ready with this company yet. And they'll keep it on file. And when they are, they'll get back to you. So send any bill in, except your mortgage and your credit card bills. Don't send those. They don't want those.
There you go.
That's right.
All right. And if a customer chooses the one-time payment up front and then they change providers, does the customer get a refund?
No, ma'am.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
That's what I tell people. You want to be sure that this is a provider that you are staying with, that you're not moving or anything before you decide on the upfront option.
Exactly. So the good thing about it is that you're saving more with that upfront option. So, you got to choose whether you want to do it monthly or do it upfront. I recommend doing it all upfront because the only reason I didn't do it upfront with that first one is because I forgot. It took, you get 3 days to accept it, then you lose it. But that was a good question. But no, they're not going to refund it if you choose to switch.
I'm just scrolling here.
No to car insurance. I saw that pop up, but
yeah.
No to car insurance.
In that case, with switching companies, I think this must be to what you just alluded to, Tawana. Would it be better to pay all at once or monthly?
I would recommend all at once because you get it out of the way. So you wouldn't have to deal with my issue with my credit card and then having to upload it later. Things gonna happen. So I would recommend, instead of having that monthly bill, we're all about saving as much as we possibly can. So you're getting additional 10% savings by simply paying it up front. And then you could just pay your bill monthly directly to the company.
Awesome.
If you have a new service, when would it be advisable to upload to Bill Genius to renegotiate?
You want me to answer that?
Sure.
I would recommend just doing it ASAP. If the bill is too early, they will tell you it's too early. So you'll upload the bill and then Bill Genius will respond back to you and say, you just got this service a couple of days ago. This is not one that we can help you with now, but we're going to revisit it in a couple months to see if we can get you a savings. So don't even worry yourself about trying to figure out what they will accept. You know the main things that they will accept, just upload it. And because it's not a robot, from what I can tell. I message them and I get responses right back. So just engage with the negotiator. That's so important. Those questions that you have, respond back to the negotiator so they can help you out.
Yeah, I've had such great feedback from customers with their experience with the negotiators, which is always, so nice to hear, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do you say to customers who say, let me think about it, when you share Bill Genius with them? I'll tell you what I do, and maybe Tawana and Mick can weigh in as well. And some people just don't like to make a decision on the spot, and that's fine. I get them information. And so maybe I will often just send them directly to the Bill Genius website, which is gorgeous and it's clear and it gives examples of savings and it gives people a sense of what they can save on. I say, perfect, I'm going to share with you some information so you can think it over, maybe speak, sometimes people want to speak with their partner because bills, they're both paying them. And then I follow up and then I follow up and then I follow up until, share stories and just keep that relationship going, keep the conversation going. And And if they don't want to use it, then you get the referral.
Yeah, totally. I was just going to say that it's all about following up. Once if they want to think about it, that's fine. I would also add, so you want to think about saving money. Send them information, but follow up is key. And it is a process. Sometimes it is a process, as I mentioned early on, and you just have to keep following up with them with testimonials as new testimonials come out, especially if one is fitting for a sort of scenario. Got some others.
Super. We are 3 minutes to the hour. I am so impressed, you guys. We got questions answered. We got the training in. Any last questions, Mick, that you see there?
Yes, I'm not sure I understand this question, but maybe you may, one of you two. Do you send bill from my online merchant account?
Online merchant account. Not sure of the question, but I did see a couple pop up our cell phones. So I'll kind of touch on both of those. Can you upload from your computer online with BuildGenius or upload from your cell phone? Yes to both. So you can do it from your phone, you can do it from your computer, if that was the question.
Perfect. And there's one here, where do you get the resources for the testimonials? There's many places, but there's a YouTube site. BuildGenius has a YouTube site, and all the testimonials are on there. So I would advise starting there. But there's lots of third party as well. A lot of ambassadors like Tawana, Dr. Marika, and myself. We all have YouTube sites as well, wherein you feel obliged to go there and share our testimonials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, our marketing team, I keep talking about our marketing team, but we have an incredible corporate team, right? And I've never seen a network marketing company have such incredible marketing resources at your fingertips like that. So just make sure you're following, the Elevate pages that just came out. We just announced it, boom, we're all over social. Make sure you follow every single social media channel, and you will find a lot of the testimonials right there. They're doing a lot of our work for us. We just have to tune in and then share those same stories and share the information.
Yeah, shout out to the marketing team. They are doing an incredible job on all verticals. I don't know how they actually do it, but I'm very happy they are doing it.
I'm laughing because we have one last question coming in and we're going to wrap it up. For Mick from Diamond Tommy Johnson, why did you move to Guam if you can't upload any bills? Something about the beach versus the snow, I think.
Yeah,
I'm
there
just
you go. I love Tommy Johnson. He's a great leader. Well, Canada, if you know right now, there's about 4, 5, 6 inches of snow, and it's freezing cold. Wherein 8 in Quebec. Wow. Wherein here on this island, it's 30 degrees. That's Celsius, by the way. And I'm wearing tank top, shorts, and flip-flops. So pretty much that's it. And I know people in the US, so I'll just send them a message. Hey, we're saving bills. Get involved. Right. There you go, Mr. Tommy Johnson.
Boom.
But that is it, you guys.
In a nutshell, that is it. And we're right on time. So it's been a blast. I've loved sharing this training with 2 phenomenal ladies, 2 phenomenal leaders. And I don't know how you guys do it all. You're mothers, and you're running a multi-million-dollar business. This is great. Thanks, guys.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for the stars. We'll see you.
Looking to start a business from home? The business from home. We are the fastest growing home-based business company in the world that's helping ordinary people just like you and I to get out of debt, generate additional income streams in their life, and creating extraordinary success stories globally. We've got the right systems in place, world-class servant leadership, wealthy compensation plan, and the utmost support you need to start local and go global. To get started, simply text us on WhatsApp, #ReadyToBoom on +356 9946 3303. Again, text #ReadyToBoom on WhatsApp on the number +356 9946 3303 right now. Let's get ready to boom.